Hello, my name is Denise Boston, and back in 2013, this was me. I was overweight, had just been diagnosed pre-diabetic. All my joints were in such a state by the overload on my body that I was like a cripple in the morning. I'd feel like a 90-year-old. I remember one morning I had to come down the stairs from the bedroom and I was swinging my weight because I was in that much pain. I just had to put one leg in front of the other like that, swinging around. Well, my husband saw me and he said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm doing Michael Jackson's Thriller. What do you think I'm doing?" What it was my joints were just suffering so badly. He said, "Take some chondroitin." But look, I said, old people take chondroitin. I'm too young to take that kind of thing. So it came to a point where I was starting to realise that I really had a problem, that my joints were suffering. I went to see a specialist and my knee was giving out. Then one evening, while I was getting undressed, I noticed my husband look at me. And when I turned, after catching his glimpse, he turned away and I said, "What was that?" And he said, "What?" I said, "Well, that look. What was that look?" And he went, "Oh, no, nothing." And I said, "No, it meant something. What was it?" And he wouldn't say. So I looked in the mirror and that's what I saw. That's the photograph that I took the day after. Front ways on, I could hide my weight, it was easy, but sideways on was a totally different matter. So I asked him a question. I said, "Do you think I'm fat?" Well, he couldn't possibly answer that, could he? So he said, "Do you think you're fat?" "I'm overweight." I finally acknowledged, "I'm overweight." "What do you want?" he said. And I knew what I wanted. I wanted to be, as I got older, one of these slim, elegant, youthful looking old ladies. And he said, "Well, if you want that then, you're going to have to start changing now." And he was right. I tried every pill, every potion. I have a whole library of books. When I do talks, I have a trestle table full of all the diets that I've done. And none of them worked, especially long term. Sure, I could release about 5, 7 kgs, but then I'd put 8 back on. I came to realise that diets did not work, especially if you wanted long-term results, and that what I really had to change was my behaviour. Because there were slim people in the world who were always slim, so why couldn't I be like this? So I decided to get into some research, and for some years I've been an NLP practitioner, a master practitioner, and I thought it's all about behaviour. So let's face it, you know as well as I do how to be slim. You're just not doing it. And one of the biggest problems is our denial. We think that we're okay, or we compare ourselves to somebody else who's bigger than us. Most people come to see me now are shocked. They see the weight that I've lost. And what's a shock for them is when they get on the scales. When my clients get on the scales, they are alarmed at how heavy they are because they've been oblivious, unconscious to the constant getting bigger. They've not thought about weight-related diseases. They're just having a good time and enjoying life. And that's great. But the problem is, they're just getting fatter and fatter. And as you get fatter, you secrete hormones that make you more hungry. So the fatter you get, and the more you eat. Now, obesity is a growing endemic. And to eradicate this, it's not by dieting. It's not by low-fat foods. Low-fat foods were something that weren't here in the 1950s, and since then we've all got bigger and bigger. What is that? It's not necessarily about omitting foods and depriving yourself or starving yourself. Being slim isn't also about cutting parts of your body off and your stomach. That is not a solution. And the most effective way to deal with excess weight is to stop dieting. Treating the behaviours instead, so that you can stop eating when you've had enough or you feel compelled to move your body, that you do so. so that you can live a normal life without dieting. So my journey began on research, and I went to see people who'd had gastric bands and still put the weight back on after. I went to see people who had had weight-related diseases, and they knew that if they'd have just started sooner, it would have been a whole different story. So what I decided to do was to do some case studies. I wanted to know that this would work. And as I worked with my clients, it worked on me. And now I'm a size 8 from an 18. I'm the slimmest that I've been in 23 years. No longer pre-diabetic. I have energy to burn. I love myself again. I can fit clothes that I've had in the wardrobe for years. I can now go for togs without crying. And I eat what I want, when I want, and I'm still able to stay slim. So if you, like me, have tried everything and failed, if you feel like you're being controlled by food rather than you controlling it, maybe it's that you want to get back into those clothes that no longer fit you. Perhaps it's that you want to be satisfied by eating smaller portions. Perhaps it's that you can't exercise, so you want to change that. Perhaps you just want to stop that snacking and constant, obsession with food. So if you want to be able to enjoy your food, live a normal lifestyle, and still shed those extra kilos, then the Body Transformation series could be the answer for you. And if you've answered yes to any of those previous questions, and that you want to live a normal and sustainable lifestyle where you're not changing so much that it disrupts your family, or that you can do this without pills or potions, or if you want to achieve your weight loss goals, you can with the Body Transformation Series program. And you can create for yourself the body that you want, even if you can't exercise. I couldn't exercise. I had a bad knee and need a new knee replacement. And yet I've released over 17 kilograms. No pills, no supplements, no diet plans. So make a decision to take charge of your life, to be in control of it, to be in control of food rather than it control you. It's important for you to know that this isn't new. It's been going since 2009, and in clinical trials have proved to be 95% successful. So get on the road to your success, because the new you awaits.